Hello, friends. Tara Bachland here, author of You-niversal Self-care, Improved Health Through Self-Understanding, and the creator and the hostess of this Wait For You Wellness podcast. This is episode 18. This is a bonus episode, and you'll be hearing more and more of these bonus episodes, which are really just encouraging. I try to make them encouraging podcasts about from experience of my own life and how I overcame some really serious hurdles on the health and healing journey. And then these are the lessons that I found that really have helped me along the way. And I really hope that they can help you as well. Today we're talking about being patient with yourself. And I know this sounds easier said than done, right? My dad used to tell me this when I was frustrated with how life wasn't working out. And really, more accurately, is how I couldn't get my life to be the way I wanted it to be. I don't know if anyone can relate, but especially when you're suffering from health and wellness issues, when your body isn't functioning, quote, normally, it can be really easy to get frustrated because things are not happening the way you want them. And especially because obviously you rely on your body 24/7. Well, at that time, I only had worries about making grades in school or handling bullies, but these were really good lessons that I took with me. Later, this advice came back to me as I dealt with health issues. I pushed so hard to make my body heal. I later realized that this was hindering my health and healing. And that's one of the great ironies about health and the wellness journey is that there is a certain amount of action a person must take to help the body to heal, but there's also a lot of allowing and letting go. You give your body the tools that it needs to cleanse, to heal, but then there's also a time period of waiting and allowing for that to happen. So I really encourage you don't be so hard on yourself. I've had to tell myself this many times because I wanted to see results. I wanted to be better. I wanted to have a body that was performing ideally. And in looking back, ultimately, I wanted to feel good about me. I yearned for approval from others. And now I know that I also needed self-approval. Self-approval happens in an instant. It's a change in mindset. I could have given myself the approval I desired so deeply at any time. I had to overcome the physical aspects of anorexia. I had already, but I realized looking back too that anorexia is not just a physical ailment. I mean, it can manifest physically, but I also had to address that mindset, ironically, of course, in my mind. I was starving myself emotionally, and I had the key. I was stingy with self-love and self-care because my standards were so stringent and high. So somehow the words came back to me at that time that I really needed them again to be patient with yourself. You may never meet their standards, and you know who they are, but you can always cultivate self-approval. You know the truth. You know how hard you have worked. You know that all great things take time. Self-healing is a journey. It's not a linear process. Give yourself permission to feel good, even about the smallest things. Celebrate small accomplishments. Know that you're on your way to achieving the big goals, rather than being hard on yourself and chastising yourself for not meeting the big goals in, of course, an unreasonable time period. And that's the thing. If you're a person who tends to be hard on yourself, it's more than likely that you're creating goals based upon other people's standards and also in unreasonable time frames. And this is where it's helpful to not only have a really helpful health and wellness practitioner that can guide you in the actual steps, but also having someone in your life who can help you to see if you're being hard on yourself and if you're being reasonable, especially in the aspect of time. I see and experience now that the journey I am on is so much more enjoyable just by simply celebrating my small achievements. No longer do I put unreasonable burdens on myself. I imagine this journey filling my backpack with all the tools that they say I need. I don't do that anymore, nor do I visit all the stops that they say I must. I encourage you to look up and enjoy the journey. Celebrate the accomplishment of each small step. Know that even long, toiling roads eventually lead somewhere. Perhaps invite a buddy to share in the journey. Sing in the rain, stomp in the puddles, lean into the wind, listen for the messages in the long, dark, quiet nights. Be patient, but also keep going. Keep patiently waiting if necessary. Have faith. Follow your instincts. Stay focused. Do your best. Let go. And most of all, have fun. I hope you find this podcast helpful. You can find the show notes if you like to have a visual representation, a reminder of what you've just heard at weightfreewellness.com. You can find all kinds of helpful tools there, like my favorite remedies, natural remedies list, my elderberry syrup recipe that's really good in the fall, winter, and even springtime to have on hand. And if you want to make sure you don't miss an episode, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. And you can do that on the website as well. You'll see the icons for iTunes subscribe and for Android. There is a newsletter subscription that you can sign up for to be updated of podcasts and other things. But I don't send out newsletters that just blast you with every podcast, because we do put up quite a few. But I don't like filling people's mailboxes. I like to send just the important stuff, extra important stuff. So make sure to subscribe, share this with someone that you think might need it and benefit from it most of all. And thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.